So, what's up guys again? Last weekend we had a test and tune day with Doghouse out at Buttonwillow Clockwise 13, and unfortunately wasn't the best day ever. Mostly my fault, but as you kind of do a lot of setup changes or a lot of changes on the car itself, you do need a good amount of time to dial in the suspension settings back in to kind of get over that plateau from the previous setup. So it was a bit of a learning curve last weekend. Was kind of fighting a tire setup that I'm not used to. Was trying out some Hoosier A7s rather than the typical 200 treadwears I would run. During the first few sessions, car was oversteering like crazy. No matter what I do, right when I get to the limit, the back just wants to come around each time. First few sessions, I'll insert some clips here. Did not feel good to say the least, but working with the guys over at Race Comp, we started to dial things in little by little. By the third session, it got a little better, but I ended up having to put a lot more damping in than I had out of the box. But unfortunately, the rear caliper bolts failed, and one came out and was lost on track somewhere, and the other one was just hanging on by a few threads. So going out for that third session, whenever I'd hit the brakes, I would hear the inside of the caliper contact the rotor, and do you hear that?
What's up?
Or can you listen for something?
Yeah.
Quick. All right. In the back.
In the back? What am I listening for?
I'll do it right now. When I'm going, I'm gonna tap the brakes, and it's gonna sound like a grinding. Okay. Let me know if you hear it. Just so I can hear better. Yep. Ready? You ready?
Yeah.
I gotta roll faster. Let me roll by at like 5. Huh?
At least out here we just hear a squeak of the brakes. Like that's just pad squeak for us.
I did hear it.
No, it's not the it's like a clunk. It's like a thunk, thunk.
Oh yeah, I am. It almost just sounds like your brakes are hot or something.
Is it like a driveline lash thing?
That's what I'm thinking. I just want to see. All right, I'm gonna pull it in.
All right.
It's not that one. Fortunately came in and saw that all of the threads pulled out of the caliper itself. So at the track, I tried to run over to a parts store just to grab some new bolts, and that's when I found out all the threads were gone. So here we are this weekend, gonna throw on some new calipers before another test and tune day at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, also part of 86 Cup. I think it's round 3 for them. Hopefully gonna get some better data there and kind of feel the car out more and see what other changes I gotta do. So on top of that, we're also gonna be throwing on some custom end plates by Send Cut Send, and solve another kind of thing that's been bothering me recently is the front pipe kind of hangs a bit low. Long story short, I did get this Tomei titanium front pipe off of a marketplace deal, and after driving, it was like an hour and a half out to pick it up, turns out that the exhaust hanger was broken, and I did not know that until I got there. But considering that I drove too far, I just said screw it and picked it up anyway. So we're gonna be throwing on a little exhaust hanger to solve that issue too. But as we know, after a long day of driving, first things first is to give it a wash. front splitter, I wanted to also make my own end plates. And fortunately, Sencut Sen does some really good laser cutting or water jetting on carbon fiber. Different types of thicknesses allowed, and it's a pretty good price for what you get. So decided to CAD these up, quick 2D, have them cut out. And then I went ahead and designed these end plate brackets. Printed them out of nylon CF10, and then just used some heat set inserts to make the bolt that goes through the splitter and down to the skid puck, and then the others that just attach the end plate. Made them with the Pro Awesome titanium skid pucks, and then using a through bolt that they provide, it goes right through the splitter and then bolts up to the bottom of the end plate mount here. I've broken a few of these in the past, but I think that's kind of par for the course when you go off track. Not always do the brackets fail. I've had the end plates also crack as well, so I don't think this is necessarily like the limiting factor or something that I should redesign for the future. I should just not fly off track as much. So gonna try this one more time and see how long they last. Previous ones I lost during GTA last year, digging the end of the splitter down into some soft sand. Here's the remnants of it. The plastic shattered and the end plate is probably still out there somewhere. But yeah, let's throw them on. Last weekend, I did have a failure on one of my brake caliper bolts. Essentially, on the one that's on here right now, the threads on the casting of the caliper completely pulled out. I did get these used like 3 or 4 years ago, and they didn't come with the OEM bolts. So I have a feeling the guy before me maybe stripped out a bolt or retapped it or something of that nature, and officially let go on me last weekend. So instead of getting the OEM Brembo replacements, I went ahead just with the Powerstop replacements. These were about 150 bucks each side. I did end up getting each side because I don't want the failure to happen again. But went with these as they were a much cheaper option, and these are actually off of a 2015 STI, and they're bolt-up replacements. So if anyone is trying to, I guess, upgrade from the base model brakes to kind of PP replicas, if you want to call that, these are a super affordable option. Way cheaper in the front and the front and the rear. And then all you would need are rotor blanks and some good pads and fluid, and you're pretty much good to go. I link all of the part numbers and pricing for these also in the description for anyone that's looking for a super cheap big brake kit. Here's a closer look at the differences between the two, or I guess the lack of differences between the two. But left obviously was the old one I pulled off, much dirtier, clear coat coming off. These have been, I guess, in use since potentially 2017. I'm not too sure the year first gen that I got them off of, as I did get them used as I mentioned before. But been through quite a bit, probably 3 years of tracking. And then on the right side is the brand new Powerstop. The piston diameters are both identical. As you can see over there, they bolt on directly, no issues. New ones come with the fresh pins, crush washers, and the little bracket that goes on top, and cotter pins as well. So you can use OEM Brembo brake rotor blanks if you want, and pads also for the same. Highlighting the pads again, here's the CSG pads that I've been running. Had these since last summer, so it's almost a year now, and still have a bit of meat on there. Definitely still usable, but going on a year of straight tracking, and still good, especially in the back. You know, you always use a little less pad in the back than you do the front. Still going strong. So again, I'll leave the part numbers and whatnot in the description. I mean, if there's any questions you guys want, let me know. I can take a closer look, but great affordable option if you're wanting to upgrade from the base model brakes to a PP setup. Here's a closer look of the threads on the caliper I previously had. I'm not sure if you can see it the best, but at least for the first couple of threads, completely gone, just casting. And you see the shavings in there for the rest of it. So as I was tightening it, as soon as I would be able to crank it down, give it a little bit of torque, it would just keep spinning and not go anywhere. So glad that's all fixed up. So I think that kind of sums it up for today. Wasn't able to get around to the exhaust hanger little bracket that I showed at the start. Gonna need a little bit of custom fab for that one, so it might have to be something to do in the future. But anyway, got the brakes done from the mishap last weekend and the custom end plates. Next weekend, I'm gonna be going out to a 6 Cup at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. If any of you guys would like maybe a vlog there or something showing kind of how I go about session to session, logging the parameters I have and kind of my mindset through the day, let me know. I think I'm gonna make a video going out there as well. Never been to that track, so learning something new will be cool too. The track wasn't available at my local sim place, so I wasn't able to practice too much, but we'll see how it goes. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it.